The truly wireless market has been booming the past few months. Brands like Crossbeats and Noise have earbuds across multiple price segments. And even mainstream brands like JBL, Realme have come up with earbuds that are reasonably affordable. So, does it still make sense to spend over 10,000 rupees on something like the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus? I've been using these for the past 1 week and I'll be sharing my thoughts in this video. I'll also draw some comparisons between this and some earbuds from the top earbuds under 5,000 rupees video that I posted a while back. By the way, this video is sponsored by Exynos. Remember I told you a lot about Exynos last week? Well, these guys can hold your attention tighter than any TV show or even a Real Madrid match. So basically, Exynos is a trading platform. With Exynos, you can trade anytime, anywhere, from any device you prefer. It offers various instruments to trade in, you can choose from any of them. More importantly, you can benefit from competitive spreads and you also have the option to try unlimited leverage. But if you're not into trading, you can still earn money through Exynos by becoming a partner. You can earn by introducing new clients to the platform. So go ahead, become part of Exynos today and start earning right away. What are you waiting for? Go ahead, click the link in the description and check it out on your own. Now, a year or two ago, I would have said audio quality is the most important reason for purchasing an expensive pair of earbuds because cheaper earbuds sounded terrible. I mean, there was always an exception or two, but they probably didn't perform well in other areas. So I'm just talking about earbuds that were decent overall. But these days, earbuds around 5,000 rupees sound really good. And on the other hand, the Galaxy Buds Plus sound great, but I feel the quality doesn't justify the price tag. They offer balanced sound, the instrument separation is quite noticeable, the bass is okay, overall it feels a bit flat. Don't get me wrong, the quality is still better than what most other cheaper earbuds offer, but the difference is not that huge is what I'm trying to say. A year ago, if we wanted good audio, we would be forced to spend 10,000 rupees. But right now, there are earbuds that sound 70 to 80% as good as the flagships. In fact, I was super impressed with the Crossbeats Pebble. The kind of audio they offer at less than 5,000 rupees is mind-blowing. They offer even louder audio and more bass than the Samsung Buds Plus. One More and JBL earbuds also provide good sound quality, but I am aware of the fact that some people want the best sounding earbuds that do not compromise on anything else. If that's the case with you, you'll probably find your money's worth in the Samsung's Buds Plus. But if you're looking for a major difference, then that would be the call quality. There is something I've noticed over the past few months. Phone calls on earbuds that cost less than 7 or 8,000 rupees are bad or average. Definitely not good. Most of these brands just add a microphone just for the sake, except some brands of course. In perfectly ideal situations when it's silent, the call quality is fine. The mic picks up your voice quite well, the person on the other end doesn't complain much. But step outdoors and you'll immediately notice the difference. You as in not you, the person on the other end. Even in moderately noisy surroundings, it gets really annoying. The gym is where I usually use earbuds and none of those 4,000, 5,000 rupee earbuds have been satisfactory. The One More earbuds that cost around 6,000 rupees are decent and the Realme Buds Air were good because they stick out, the mic is closer to your mouth. In some instances, I've still had to switch to the phone's earpiece, but the Galaxy Buds Plus have been excellent. They use 3 microphones, 2 outside and 1 inside the earbud for noise cancellation, and in practice, it is quite impressive. To test this, I deliberately opened the windows of my car while driving, so it was quite windy and there was a lot of ambient noise, traffic noise basically. The other person said he could hear me without much of an issue, and I also had him wear the earbuds and do exactly the same thing while I was on the listening end, and I felt the same. It was moderately clear despite the noisy surroundings. Basically, if you use earbuds just for occasional phone calls, then you should be happy with cheaper earbuds. Occasional as in, even if the other person cannot hear you clearly, you can just switch to your phone. Doing it occasionally is not a big deal, but doing it for multiple phone calls is not ideal. So if you generally have earbuds on for a long time every day, if earbuds are the primary device for phone calls, then consider spending more to get the Buds Plus. And needless to say, Premium earbuds like these are super comfortable. The Samsung buds are compact, they are light, they fit really well, and you get very good isolation, which is really important since these don't have active noise cancellation, unlike some competitors, including the Apple AirPods Pro and Sony's WF-1000XM3s. There are 3 pairs of buds in the box. If you use the right size for you, then the isolation is very good, and most of the ambient noise gets cancelled. They also have an accompanying app on both Android and iOS, which offers an array of features. For example, you can customize the touch and hold function. For the right earbud, I've set it to Spotify. For the left earbud, I've set it to Ambient Sound toggle. Basically, when you touch and hold, you hear the ambient sound very clearly. This is something I've been using very regularly on my Sony headphones. It's been really useful. Sometimes when you have your earphones on, when someone talks to you, you probably won't be able to hear them even if there is no music playing because the isolation is good. In those cases, you just need to do this. It just enhances the ambient sound. Like right now, even my voice is like amplified and sent back to my ears. There is one difference though. On Sony headphones, even if music is playing, you can do it and the ambient sound is audible. On the Samsung buds, you need to pause the music. Otherwise, the ambient sound mode doesn't make a difference. Anyway, you can do a few more things on the app, like in case you misplace the earbuds, you can find them using the Find My Earbuds option. It uses some high frequency sounds. Sure, it's not very audible when you're in a very noisy place, but at least it's something. If it happens at home, you can definitely find the earbuds easily. You can also enable notifications for specific apps. When you do that, the earbuds read out the summary of the notifications. Well, that's what Samsung tells you, that's what they're supposed to do, but they just mention the app names. Like when I receive a WhatsApp message, all I hear from the earbuds is WhatsApp. That's it. But the thing is, these types of things can be fixed or improved because the earbuds are capable of receiving software updates. And of course, the mobile app itself also gets updated once in a while, so there is always room for improvement. Of course, you don't get any of these options or features with cheaper earbuds. Now the next thing is battery life. This is quite similar across all price segments, but because this has more to do with the size of the earbuds and the case. Bigger earbuds and bigger case mean more battery life, smaller means less battery life. In fact, I hated the battery life on the first generation Galaxy Buds. But the Buds Plus, despite being so small, offer fantastic battery life. The reason is, Samsung has installed its brand new power management chip. It's much smaller than the typical ones used in other earbuds, so it leaves more space for a bigger battery inside the case as well as the earbuds. Samsung claims 12 hours of music playback on a single charge. At medium volume probably, I listen at full volume, and even then I got about 9 hours on a single charge, over 8-9 hours. It also supports fast charging and wireless charging. In fact, if you have a Samsung flagship, you can just place it on the back panel and charge the case. These chips inside the earbuds also have a microcontroller and an embedded flash, which means, like I said earlier, they can be updated with new features later on. So, conclusion time. What I'm trying to say here is, for audio quality, I would buy the Crossbeats Pebble, but the product support isn't great. For design, I would go with the Realme Buds Air. They're also very small and compact, but I don't like their sound quality and the isolation is also bad. For battery life, I would go with the Mi 4 earbuds, which last 100 hours. But yeah, obviously the case is huge, not easy to carry around. For comfort, I would buy the One More earbuds, but yeah, they don't have touch controls or app support. But with something like the Galaxy Buds Plus, every feature is either good or great. There's barely any flaw or deal breaker. And of course, you get much better product support and service with tier 1 brands. On the Crossbeats Pebble, I did something weird with the buttons, and now there is some issue with it. I'm not able to find any proper FAQ or a detailed manual on Crossbeats website. That wouldn't be the case with Samsung or JBL. You can even take it to the service center directly. So, if you're looking for some specific features, you can do your research and get a cheaper pair of earbuds. Like say you want great audio, fit and design but don't care about phone calls, you can get the Crossbeats Pebble, they're excellent. If you're looking for outstanding battery life and you don't care about anything else, you can get the Mi 4 ones, and so on. But if you want something that performs well in every area, or If you care only about certain features but don't have the time to research, or maybe you're worried about service and support, in those cases, you can just blindly get the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. You will not be disappointed. They cost 12,000 rupees, might come down to 10,000 in a couple of months. I'm not sure. You can try your luck. So that's it. If you're still not sure whether or not it's worth spending extra money, then tell me your requirements in the comment section clearly. I'll try to help you with some recommendations. So yeah, that's it. Take care, stay safe, stay home. That's the only way we can defeat coronavirus. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.